these are the mess that I'm using. So the horizontal green, lime green, Unique and Creek does have this lime green. You'll need 24 pieces of the horizontal green squared. What I mean is that this is 10 1/4 wide, and this is how I cut my mess, 10 1/4, so it's squared. And so this is the same way. This this is simmer, I forgot what it was called. This is simmer gold. I didn't finish off the rolls. I only used how many? 24 of the green and 16 of the simmer gold. See, this is perfect for the sign. See, this is gold right in the middle, so that's, I thought that would be perfect. Oh, you can't see that. Thought that would be perfect combo right there. Well, the petal today, the petal for today, let's show you the petal for today is the 3D daisy. And no, we're not using beads for this one. I'm just going, I love the look of just using the 3D daisy petal. I've made lots of wreaths like this, and I thought, why not give it a try on 2 colors? And so we will do that. By 10, let's make a few here. 4-inch zip ties. Okay, so I always turn it this way when starting the 3D daisy. So I'm just gonna fold it. Here you can use clips if you're not familiar with how to fold this 3D daisy. You can use clips, but you clip it here and here, just so when you flip it over like that. I'm right-handed, so swirl it around, and you make sure these tips down here are kind of the same, you know, on top of each other. Okay, here I go 1, 2, 3 inches up, and I pinch, slide over. No, that's how I make. Pinch, slide over, and slide over. Okay, that's how you make that. And I grab my 4-inch zip tie. I place it where I'm pinching it, and I close off the zip tie. This is where you'll need your clippers. So that's that. I have my little thing here because don't forget to throw that in here. You can see, that the hole there. This is where I'm adding my 7-inch. I tried using the 4-inch for this part, but it doesn't seem to work. So it was kind of hard on my hands, so I turned to the 7-inch. Here you can use rubber bands here if you want. And then I'm just going to push this up, zip it a little bit, and then make sure it's up all the way up there, and zip it real tight. And so I'm going to clip that zip tie tail off. Oops, so it went flying. And I'm going to cut some of this off, about that much. I'm going to leave about that much, cut that off, and you have yourself a 3D daisy petal. So let's finish off the green, because I'm thinking I'm going to be adding the green on the 2nd row of the board and the gold on the 3rd row. We'll see how that looks, because I thought about alternating the colors, but I wanted the sign to, be more noticeable, and so I'm just going to go ahead and go 1 color on the 2nd row, 1 color on the 3rd row, and see what it'll look like. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be fun. Thanks for joining me today, friends, again. Thank you so much. And thanks for being patient with me while I took some time off from Facebook and, from social media for a little bit there. I really needed that break. And so, but I'm here now and I'm ready to have fun with you all and create. Okay, so I'm just building a 3D daisy. So there's your 3D daisy. So let's talk about the board again. Placement of my zip ties. They're all in there. So 24 on row 2 and 16 on row 3. So 24 green, 16 gold is what we're adding into the small board. Okay. So notice I have my little knob of the zip tie up here, so I'm just gonna turn that around. So this is gonna be a good stopper for when I add it into the board, because I make sure my zip tie is inside, and so it's not gonna come out. Okay, there we go. So that's gonna be what I'll be doing all the way around on row 2. Just a simple, quick little wreath here. Okay, so that's what we're adding in there. Cut off my zip tie tails now. That's done. So you see how pretty that is? Look at that. Just add it onto the second row. And the back doesn't look that bad either. You know, the reason behind why I start my wreaths on the second row always on a small board is I like this part up here where these will lean into that part. And if I add them up here, I feel like they might go, you know, floppy or just bend over any which way, and but that's just me. It probably wouldn't happen, but you know, it might. So that's the main reason why I always start on that second row. So let's make a few more of these. How many did I leave? I make 4 more. Okay. Need to do 4 more. Pretty Daisy. So let's add those into our 3rd row. Okay, again, I'm going to swirl the little zip tie around, making sure the knob is up because it's a good stopper. And plus I'll know that all my petals are almost the same. Where to add, yeah, zip it up. Again. So we're all done with that. Finally. So there's a few here that we're turning sideways on, like this one right here. Always go back and adjust them. That looks good. Isn't that cool? Oh, this one. Wow, me likes. And this side. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so I was debating which one I should use. Let's do the gold. I'll do the gold. Love the colors I've made this petal. And you only need 40 petals for this. For the small board. Or you could even do row 3 only, right? Only row 3. I haven't tried that. Only adding, would the board sew? No, it wouldn't. It'll cover the board if you add just the row 3. You'll only need 16 petals if you wanted a smaller. But I'm thinking it might sew in between these, but you'd add a different petal, like a smaller petal, like maybe Star Trek or the feather petal in the middle here, and you'll use less than a roll of mesh. That is another option. So here's the top. Let's add the sign. So this is an older board. As you can see, there's no middle 2 holes, but I don't need the middle 2 holes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and slip that right beside this petal, and the other one on the other side, I'll show you, turn it around and show you where the sign is attached. And this always works perfect when I add signs like this. That's why I'm using gold, so it won't sew. The pipe cleaner won't sew too much, since it's right up against the gold petal. Okay. All right, so in the second row, right where it says Made in Canada is where I'm adding the the top bottom part of the sign, and here's the other one, the second row on a small, you know, the original 2 holes. So pull to, I don't want to pull too hard because remember the pipe cleaner is sitting on this petal side by side, and I don't want to squish it like that. So, but it's perfect like that. And okay, so the hanging zip ties in there, and let's cut off some of this. Oh, all right. Some of the pipe cleaners and stick them back into the hole. Back into the hole. Back into the hole. Here we go. And there's our little wreath. How big is this wreath? Let's see. It's just 18 inches in diameter. Just a cute little tiny wreath. I love it. Do you love it? What do you think, friends?